and welcome to Healthier Habits. I'm Brian Bessey.
And I'm Sam Gossman.
This is the podcast where we adopt a healthier habit every week and give you all the details.
And for this week, Brian and I will be implementing the healthy habit of saving money.
But before we get into that, we must talk about our last week.
On the last upload of the podcast, Brian and I adopted proper posture. And if you want to know more about proper posture and how you can achieve it, you can listen to the last upload on the Branding Iron website, YouTube, or SoundCloud.
So, Sam, how did last week go for you?
Honestly, it went all right. It was okay. I think this was one of the Healthier Habits episodes where I sort of slacked a little bit more than the others. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I did implement proper posture. I definitely tried to in classes and like everyday things, but when I got home and started sitting in front of the computer and just doing homework or playing video games, whatever, I sort of forgot about it. And every now and then I would remember and like bolt upright in my chair, like try and fix it. And I don't know, it was just a little slacky, but
yeah, I kind of had the same problem too, but I just started adjusting all my chairs, so that I have to sit in them like pretty straight, you know, back pretty straight, or at least whatever we said last time is proper posture. Yeah.
And I tried the proper sleeping posture too, and that stayed for like when I got in bed, but I naturally just reverted into the ball I normally sleep in. Got
ya. You know, actually, I completely forgot about the, like lying down posture thing, but I was actually like thinking about it when I was going to sleep. We actually deleted that segment from the last podcast, but yeah, like, it's okay, Sam.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But last time we were just saying that we slept in weird ways, but I honestly kept on thinking about, how I could improve this. So yeah. Did you have any like particular cons or any pros really going on?
Well, I can't really think of any cons of having proper posture, but maybe there's cons of trying to do it. Like, it's not really a con, but it's just like something that makes it hard to do.
Yeah, I got ya. I mean, I feel like it's more of a long-term investment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you invest in it, so then when you're old, you're not, dead.
You're not hunched over.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't have, like, a humpback, like my poor grandmother.
Yeah, so, it's kind of just a thing, but I mean, my pros for proper posture, I literally have 2 and then 1 for cons. Like, it's not very conclusive. I mean, it's just, it's a long term, on the, 500th episode of Healthier Habits. No, like 5,000. We're going to do like 5,000 of these, right?
Probably 6,000.
6,000 on the 6,000th Healthier Habits podcast, when Sam and I are like, dead inside.
And outside.
And outside, dying at least. We can probably show you a good posture, but, right now we can't really show that kind of stuff. But, my pros were, I did feel more confident.
Yeah.
When I walked around. I read a little bit that if you wear, fancy clothing, if you wear like a suit and tie, or if you wear something particularly higher, I almost said higher class, but I don't know.
Higher end,
there we go. So higher end, at least for me, I stand up very straight, especially because I'm tucking in my shirt with my belt, you know what I mean? And I have a tie on and I have a collar, so I feel very restrictive, but, that makes me broaden out my chest a lot more. I feel a lot more confident. So that, that was a pro.
Totally.
And I mean, other than that, I say here in my pros, I felt good about myself, making a change for the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, I'm actively trying to do something. But honestly, most Healthier Habits episodes have that underlying variable.
Yeah, especially the push-ups and all that stuff.
So, I mean, like, I'm not saying don't adopt it, but and the one con I had was it's kind of annoying, like you were saying. It's just like right now I keep on adjusting myself because I'm just like
I'm thinking about it now, so I'm like straight up.
So you're trying to do that, but pros, cons, annoying, felt confident in the reverse order. As pros and cons. But I'd say like my recommendation is like it's an easy way to improve your life in general. It may be annoying at times, but, I didn't find any real con adopting proper posture.
Like, there's no con of the concept itself. It's just a con in the act of gaining proper posture.
Yeah, exactly. So if you were to say your recommendation, let's say it at the same time, Sam, and we have to say yes or no, all right? So 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
All right, well, you got 2 yeses here, and 2 out of 2 ain't bad. So
indeed,
we're just going to move on right to the topic of this upload, saving money. And to begin, Sam and I are going to play the game, quote, who said that, unquote. The game where I tell Sam a quote, and she has to guess what famous person was quoted. And because Sam won last upload of the podcast, she won a shout-out.
Here we go.
Sam, you're one of the most kind and caring people I know, and I hope that for the rest of my life, I will know and be friends with you, Sam Gossman.
Wow.
There you go, Sam.
that makes me tear up and
Play it up for the mic. So with this game, if Sam wins this one, she'll receive the Ultra Masters Prize of Glory and Vitriol. I was pretty impressed by the vitriol, part, because I was like, ooh, I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been reading more.
Wait, isn't vitriol like...
I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it's right.
Vitriol is like hatred.
No, it's not. No. Don't search it up. Okay, so Glory and Vitriol, an art piece drawn by me. I will draw it.
Wow.
And give it to you.
I don't...
If Sam wins it, I'll put it on Instagram.
I don't know if this is going to happen because I don't know if I can get all these quotes again, but let's hope.
Let's see if you can get it, Sam. You just have to get 2 out of 3. So we'll go to the first quote. Quote, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
Oh,
unquote.
Wow. This is very romanticist.
Let me see. Not in the romantic period of history.
But it's, is it... I'm assuming it's more current then?
More current meaning in the last century.
In the last century. Okay. Is this an author?
He might have wrote some books. And
so it's a he.
Yeah.
Oh God. Is there any hint that will maybe get me there?
He was a British prime minister.
Oh God.
You know him. It's not like some person we wouldn't know from American education. He was the British prime minister between 1940 and 1945.
Dude.
Come on. Are you giving up?
I don't know these things.
Okay. It's Winston Churchill.
Okay.
I thought maybe maybe it was just my historical brain being
I know the name and I knew he was British and like a leader, but I didn't know specifically if he was the prime minister or something else or whatever. But
well, I'm sorry, Sam, but that is wrong.
That's just my dumb brain.
No, you're not dumb. So number 2, the second quote. Quote, balancing your money is the key to having enough, unquote.
That is pretty I'm not going to say obvious because I don't want to drag this person through the gutter, but
this person is a she. She is in politics right now.
Right now, Hillary Clinton?
Nope, we're not going down that lane. Actually, she was in the news today. I read it on the bus coming here.
God, I
Yeah.
didn't read the news today.
It was on Reddit.
Oh, that's pretty good news. Shoot, dude.
She's the U.S. Senator from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
And if you know, just comment down below, maybe before Sam answers or before I give the answer.
I'm really not good at these things.
Okay, her last name is Warren.
Oh, it starts with an E, like yes, Elizabeth?
Yeah, there we go. I'll give you the point.
I was thinking maybe I didn't remember whether her, whatever. Leave me alone.
Elizabeth Warren, quote, balancing your money is the key to having enough. So that was Elizabeth Warren. Sam, you got 1 out of 3 right now.
Did I really get it?
Yes, I'm going to say you got it.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? How could you guess? Even though last time it was insane, but.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Okay, so number 3, the third quote. Hashtag. Oh no. We've died as a society. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's gonna become the new way of making quotations.
Hashtag, actually I'm just gonna use that. Hashtag a penny saved is a penny earned. Unhashtag.
Oh, that sounds like Benjamin Franklin.
There you go.
Was that in
you got it.
That was a very weird sniff. Was that in his never mind.
I don't know.
Nobody's gonna.
I have no idea. All I have here is founding father. I just wanted to make sure I had that right. But Sam, it looks like you won 2 out of the 3 quotes. Oh my God,
I can't believe it.
So you get to get an art piece drawn by me, and actually I'm going to draw it right now on set. I'm not sure what I'm going to draw this as, but
so far it's beautiful.
Okay, cool. General descriptions are fine, but if you want to know what I drew here, you're going to have to go to our Instagram. But with that being said, we're going to move on to how to save money. If you want to take it right away, Sam, yeah.
I would be honored. Beautiful artist. Okay, so in an article by CNBC back in February of 2018, so long ago, back in the day.
I just wanted to say February, but okay, go on.
Oh. They claimed in the title that someone spent $7 a day on food for a month. The way the author of this article claims that she did this is by going the homemade route.
I feel like that's kind of like an obvious thing, but...
yeah.
What? The homemade route? What? Yeah.
The writer explains that while each challenge was different, all in all, I fed myself on about $50 a week, or $7 a day. 7 times 7 is 49.
Well, it's close.
Come on. And still managed to eat good, balanced meals. That sounds like an amazing feat for someone who is living on their own. She continues in the article to list 3 ways of accomplishing this. So, number 1. Figuring out how much you want to spend. So she states, the average 4-person family loses about $1,500 a year on wasted food.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
I mean, we aren't a 4-person family, but still.
So chances are you're over-purchasing in some way. But you can't lower your bills if you don't know how much you're spending in the first place. So crunch the numbers and then set a goal like cutting your total by 25%.
Okay. And do you mind if I do number 2?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, number 2 of 3, plan your meals and make a list. She also says, once you have all the ingredients you need for a week, prepare as many meals as you can in advance. I've found that I'm much less inclined to order in or go out when I have dinner prepared and waiting for me in the fridge. I think that's legit.
Yeah, that would be great if I wasn't such a lazy person. I guess I'll have to work on that. But yeah. So number 3 is using cash only.
Yeah.
So lastly, if you want to keep your grocery bill at $50 a week, bring $50 in cash and no more to the store. Leave your credit cards at home if you think you'll be tempted to use them.
See, I like that, actually. I was thinking about going to a vending machine for money, an ATM. I was thinking about going to an ATM here before the podcast and get $50 out to see if I can just do it in a week. And I know I can in general. I'll just need to get groceries at some point, and usually groceries cost me like $20-$30. But I'm gonna move on to the second part of 3 of how to save money. So from americasaves.org, they list 54 ways of saving money. But we'll only go over a few of them because I think they'll go over 25 minutes if I went over 54 of them. But we're going to go over some of these, I think about 5. So number 1, establish a budget. On the first day of a new month, get a receipt for everything you purchase. Stack the receipts into categories like restaurants, groceries, and personal care. At the end of the month, you will be able to clearly see where your money is going.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think that's legit. I want to start doing that. My one thing is I don't think you should necessarily do it the first day of a new month. You know, I feel like you could just start doing it anytime.
Yeah. And
be like, hey, I only did it halfway through October. You know what I mean? And then just be like, okay, well then, for November, I'll know more.
Yeah.
I feel like you can start whenever. It's kind of like that idea of like, oh, no. I'll start exercising on Monday. Yeah. Right? Because that will never happen.
Time is an illusion, people.
Right. Exactly. Like, I think I watched a Bo Burnham show the other night, and he was saying that tomorrow is a relative term, so we'll never see tomorrow. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so do it today. Do it. You know what I mean? And the second thing americasaves.org is saying is you aim for short-term saving goals. So make a goal such as setting aside $20 a week or a month rather than a long-term savings goal. People save more successfully when they keep short-term goals in sight, which is legit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. The third one, treat yourself, but use it as an opportunity to save. This one's interesting.
Sounds contradictory.
Yeah. So you match the cost of your non-essential indulgences and savings, right? So for example, if you splurge on a smoothie, I don't know why I said smoothie, let's just say coffee. You splurge on like a coffee or something while you're out running errands or whatever. Put the same amount into your savings account.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're taking out like double the money.
Yeah.
So like it makes you really don't want to spend it, which is I think is interesting.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy.
And then it says, and if you and think of it this way, if you can't afford to save the matching amount, you can't afford the treat either.
Good. Yes.
Which I thought, I was like, that's cool. The last one, or not the last one, sorry. The second to last one, bag your own lunch. Brown bag your own lunch. Who has a brown bag?
Nobody has paper bags anymore. It's all deathly plastic.
Oh, yes. I mean, at least like hard plastic or stuff, that you'll reuse, hopefully.
Yeah,
hopefully. The reason you hear this tip so much is that it works. If buying lunch at work costs you $5, but making lunch at home costs you only about $2.50, then in a year you could afford to create a $500 emergency fund and still have money left over.
Dang.
Like, that's pretty good.
Yes.
And then here's the last one here. Commit to eating out one fewer time each month, which I think is interesting. So you save money without sacrificing your lifestyle by taking small steps to reduce your dining budget. So you start off with reducing the amount you eat out just once per month.
Okay.
January, you go 5 times, February 4, and you just kind of keep going down.
I've noticed in Healthier Habits, a lot of the habits we do involve taking baby steps. And I think that's just a really good philosophy to have. Like, if you're doing something new that you think will help, don't just go all gung-ho into it. Just take it slow.
Like we said in the, was it fasting episode?
Fasting,
I think.
yeah.
It was either fasting or the one after that where I died. Never go full on into it. Just, take baby steps. You'll figure it out.
Adjust yourself.
Just do research on yourself. Like this is saying, figure out how much you're going to spend a month. Figure out how many times you go out a month. Just research yourself like you're a project you need to do for school. Mm-hmm. And you need to get that A or else you're not going to save $500.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So lastly, in a BuzzFeed article, we noticed an interesting tip for saving money. In the article, specifically at tip number 6, it says to use the most simple expense tracking system possible. So you don't need a crazy spreadsheet to get your finances under control. If your budget method is easy to understand, you'll actually stick with it.
Yeah. So if you get an app that helps you track your money and how you spend it and how you need to save, it'll make it a lot easier. Just like calorie counting, getting an app. Okay. So a bunch of websites said Mint. Mint was one, especially that BuzzFeed article didn't come up with it. A bunch of other articles I looked through just had advertisements, so it was awful. It literally was saying oh, we see you have ad blocker on. And it's just let me read your article. I'm going to destroy this machine. So apparently Mint's really good. Acorns is a weird one.
Why are these all food?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess acorns aren't food, but
Well, yeah, acorns
is
something different. I read into it and I was like, why is... But yeah, so Mint's really good. And apparently I think it's free too, so that's probably the one I'm going to be downloading after this.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to go right into the next segment, if that's all right with you, Sam.
No, it's actually not all right. I'd like to stay here.
All right, what are we going to do instead? We're just going to talk about healthier habits.
I love you, Healthier Habits viewers. Thank you. Let's go on.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to move on to the final section of this upload, things I found on the internet. This is the segment where I type the subject of the show into an internet browser and see what kinds of interesting nuggets of information I can find. And it was kind of hard for this one because it was just all lists.
There weren't many golden nuggets.
No, I found 3, but not a ton. Right. So for this upload, we will explore through this century-defining communication machine about saving money. And so the first thing I found was this article with the title, Terry Crews has an unusual strategy for saving money. It was basically just an interview, and at the very end, it was just look at this funny picture. I don't even think they mentioned it in the thing. It just had a link to his Instagram, went on there, and then saw this image. So if you don't know who Terry Crews is, he was in the NFL. I don't know what he was because the article didn't say it, and I didn't really research it much into it. But he now stars in multiple TV shows, including Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is the only important thing on that, at least to me. I know Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't know much about the NFL and stuff like that. So Terry Crews posted on Instagram of a photo of his wallet. Inside is a picture of himself posed to look at whoever opens it with a very judgmental stare.
You know the one.
But Terry Crews explains in the photo caption, he says, I keep this pic of myself in my wallet so I can see it when I'm about to waste money on things I don't need. Lol. And if you want to see exactly what that image looked like somewhat, go to the Healthier Habits Instagram because I'll have it posted there.
Sweet.
Well, we'll move on to the next thing in things I found on the internet, and this is a list, which is 5 tips to save money on Halloween costumes, right? Or at least I put in parentheses some tips because I'm not doing all 5. So the first one here is shop late or shop early. So you can get like discounts up to 50%. You can use what you have or buy used. No crap.
Make your own.
I don't know. And then, yeah, the last one is do it yourself. I was like, is that the same thing?
Yeah.
And then, like, actually specifically they say do it yourself. You can get ideas on Pinterest or Etsy. I almost said ecstasy. But yeah, I guess I should go more into detail because there's a lot more with the use what you have or buy used. Shoppers should also turn to thrift stores like Goodwill, which offers both used and new Halloween costumes. Shoppers can purchase a costume in its entirety, including wig, shoes, and a headband for an average of $30. But okay, so we're going to go on to the last one, which is actually the most, the Terry Crews thing. Terry Crews article is interesting, but the last one is really something.
Yes.
So it's a music video by the rapper known as Lil Dicky, or Lil Dicky, or Lillian Dickian, like Lillian Pumpernickel. Have you seen that?
Sounds familiar.
Lil Pump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lillian Pumpernickel is like one of his things. Or not one of his things, it's one of,
the memes.
So the music video is called Save Dat Money. So this rapper created a music video and accompanying rap song that have to do with saving money, right? So the entire music video was nearly shot for free.
Wow.
There's actually a mini documentary that's like 20 minutes that goes along with the music video.
Huh.
He began by going door to door to rich-looking mansions and asking to film for free. He eventually finds someone who agrees to let him and his film crew film for 15 minutes. So yeah, the entire thing's just shot with, multiple rich assets, I guess. So like a mansion. The next thing he gets is like a Lamborghini, I think it is, and a yacht. By just being like,
how did he do this?
He just asked.
I guess so.
And I mean, like, he had cameras, so people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be on TV, Mom, or Grandma, or whatever." So yeah, I would say that the video and the lyrics to the actual song are pretty PG-13 to say the least. So if you don't want to see, and I haven't italicized stuff, then don't look it up. But it's just a really interesting music video. It's really funny. I showed it to Sam before we started the podcast, and
it was certainly interesting. I liked the concept.
Yeah, actually, I like the flow of the
me
song
too. It sounded
good.
good.
It's just like, ooh, that has to do it for things I found on the internet. And as said before, if you want to know where you can find our sources, you can look it up in the description below. But it is that time again, Sam. We have to go. But if you want more information about how to save money, you can look at the descriptions and read from our sources.
Also, comment on this upload and tell us what healthier habits you want to hear about and or want to see Brian and I suffer through.
And remember, we also have social media on Insta, Twitter, and Facebook. Yes, Facebook. The website that your mother is on and your mother's mother is on.
Check back next week when Brian and I tell you about our experience with trying to save money the best we can and introduce our next healthier habit.
And as always, be safe and be healthier.
Bye.
Bye. And the app I found that worked best. Here, give me one moment. Apps that track money.
Healthier habits. Come in and prepare.
Shush your mouth. I'll edit this.